Hi, ladies. It's Keri here. I'm excited to have you back. It's still the new year. And last week, we talked about what did we talk about? We talked about the key ingredient to getting what you want this year, which was completion, the step everyone misses when they go to create their year. So by this time, you've either started to create your year, you did create it, or you're just starting. Maybe you're looking at quarter to quarter. Maybe you're looking at this month. Whatever you've done so far, great work. Really great work, because you're starting to create this new life that you want. And that takes work. And if you rush through it, those are the times that we look back at the end of the year and go, wow, I didn't achieve anything I wanted to this year, because we either rushed through it, or worse, we created it fully and then we didn't do the work. And what do they say? By the end of January, which is in another week from now, most people have failed at their New Year's resolutions or given up in some way. So today I want to have a conversation with you to get you to be successful about what you're creating. So a lot of people do the work. They create what they want, or what their vision is of what this new, fresh, extraordinary, exquisite year is going to be like for them. And then they just start going. Some people will sit down and look at the work that it's going to take to actually produce that. Those are the real goal setters, right? The people who write down like, okay, if I did this last year and I can be 10% better this year, they're the strategic people. That is definitely not my vibe. But I appreciate those people. That's more my husband's vibe. And those are the people that are reaching their goals because they know what it takes incrementally to get there. I'm kind of a fast and furious girl. If I know it's possible, I jump in and I start doing it. So wherever you are on your journey of creation is totally perfect. And when I was thinking through what can I contribute this week to you, I had this great insight, which I practice ongoingly, that I wanted to share with you. So remember, whatever you've done thus far is perfect and you've done amazing. And I hope that this will help take you to the next level. So one thing that I'm really big on is writing down what you want. I think writing down what you want in life, not just for the new year, but ongoingly, is powerful. It's your conversation to God or to the universe saying, this is what I want. Align with me to get it, please. It's kind of like your direct access saying, hello, this is what I'm wanting. And I love it. In fact, I was reading this book, 10X is easier than 2X. If you haven't read it, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. But I was reading this book over the last couple weeks, and I love that the founder and co-author said that one practice he does every single day is he writes down what he wants every day. And he's been doing it for, what did he say, 30 years? A long time. He's been doing this practice a long time, and therefore he has everything that he's ever wanted. And a lot of times people come to him, and I'm paraphrasing, read the book, it's amazing. But a lot of times people come to him and say, well, why do you need that thing? And he's like, I don't. I just want it. And what I love about him and his being in this is that it's okay to want something just to want it. I think for as long as I've been alive, the worst question I ever got asked by someone when I wanted something was, well, why do you need that? Or worse off, they say, you don't need that. And over the years, it takes away your wantingness, your ability to want things. So I am giving you free range. This is your permission. Want anything you want. Just want it. It's okay. And if people ask you, why do you want it? You can let them know, because I want it. They're absolutely right. You probably don't need it. No problem. But those are very different things. Like, there is nothing I need in life. All of my humanly needs have been met long time ago. Now it's a fun game to play with. What do I want? What do I want? And just for the sake of wanting it. So I recommend you write down, even if it's once a week, even if, I mean, I wish I could get to the point. No, I take that back. I don't wish. I'm going to get to the point where I am willing to write it down every single day. I was in that habit and I got out of it. So I'm going to get back in that habit where I write down what I want every single day and allow it to flow and ebb and change and all of that. Okay. So now you've created your resolutions, you've created your goals, you've created what you want, however you want to look at that. Great work. What's the next step? So you don't get things just by creating them. You don't get it just because you write in your journal. You don't get it just by wanting it. One thing that I find very helpful that I've really been digging deep in recently is when I look at something that I want, who's the kind of person who already has that which I want? And I visualize that woman. I visualize how she stands. I visualize how she walks, how she dresses, how she communicates, her relationships. I just kind of create her whole world, right? And then I look to see what's the discrepancy between my world and her world. So, for example, I'm going to give you random examples. If one of your goals and one of the things that you want is to be strong, to be fit, to have a great body, all of those types of things, which I think a lot of women do. They're either resigned and don't want to talk about it, or they do want it. I definitely am always striving to be in better shape, look better, feel better on my journey. So let's say that's my primary focus this year, which it's not. But let's say that it is. It's probably my secondary focus, maybe my third. Anyways, I would have to look at what are the things that I do after I create who this woman is and how she does everything, I would have to look and see what are the things I do that are distinct from what she does that are preventing me from getting the results she gets. For example, I love drinking wine from time to time. I love French fries. Oh my gosh, is that my weakness? And every time my daughter orders some, I have to eat them. I never order them myself, which is, I justify that I'm not a big French fry eater because I don't order them myself. That's a bunch of crap because I eat them from her. And I love chocolate, right? So those are kind of non-negotiables for me. I'm not going to give those things up. And if my goal is to have this dream body of this woman, and I look at her life, is she drinking wine, eating French fries, and eating chocolate? No, she's not. She's probably eating more kale than chocolate. Which, actually, I am a fan of kale, but I'm just laughing about it. So I want to look at, what's the discrepancy with how I'm currently living my life and how that woman that I've created is living her life, and how can I get them closer together so that I can achieve better results, right? Because I don't believe in depriving myself of anything, and I definitely do not believe in becoming someone who I'm not. So please don't hear it like you need to become that woman. No, this woman is your creation anyways. It's who you think you would need to be to get that result. So I could look and see, okay, what am I willing to do? Well, maybe I'm willing to have wine 2 nights a week instead of 7 nights a week. And maybe I'm willing to have dark chocolate before 7 p.m., like a piece of dark chocolate before 7 p.m. so my body can metabolize it or what have you. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. Or maybe I say no to French fries for a month. Whatever. Will what I'm creating get me one step closer to who she is in my mind? And the answer is, generally speaking, yes. Or if I want to create, I don't know, a massive online presence, millions of women doing my courses, and I create this person who has that, and I look to see what they do, or this imaginary person, whichever you want, whatever empowers you. I look to see their life and their actions that they take, and then I compare it to my life and my actions. Well, there's no accident why my results are not lined up to their results, because I'm not doing what they do. And that's the discrepancy. So when people want certain things and they think like, I want it. Well, you can want it. I'm all for wanting it, as I've said. But what are some things that you can do that would be in alignment or consistent with the person who has those results? Can you do certain things? Now, I'm not talking about sacrifice. Oh my gosh, I hate sacrifice. I hate diets. I hate forcing myself to work when I'm not in a creative flow. I'm no about that. And I think I shared with you on a previous episode that my word for this year is flow. So if it's not flowy, if it doesn't feel good, I'm not doing it. Now, luckily, I'm at a place in my life where I can live that way. I don't have to go to a job for 8 hours a day and produce certain results to get paid. So I'm very grateful for that. But I've also created this life to be able to do that. And it took many years to create that. So yes, I'm going to relish in that. And you should be able to get whatever you want. So one thing that you can do if you want to create with me a little bit to get what you want is, what if you create an alter ego? I'm sure we've all heard about alter egos. You probably already have one. But if you look at that thing that you really, really want this year, that you really want to go after, that you really want to accomplish, and you create this ideal woman in your mind who has what you want, and you look at, how does she walk? How does she speak? What does she do during the day? What does she do? What's her bedtime routine? I don't know. Like, what are all these things? And then create your alter ego so that when you think about that person, that you start behaving a little more like her and a little less like the person that you are that has the bad habits. There's nothing bad about you. You just have bad habits. Okay, so we can create our alter ego. My favorite way to play with this is with how I stand and how I walk. And I love doing this with Stella too. And we do this in public. I don't really care. And sometimes we're like, walk like a supermodel, and then we play around with it. Or walk like you're, I don't know. We do the good, the bad, the whatever. But we pretend to be other people, because it has you get in your body in a certain way. So if you want to be the woman who has the success and the money that you have, how would she walk? And play around with that for the next 10 minutes while you're running your errands. I want you to walk the way that she would walk. Move your body the way that she would walk. If she's a sophisticated, wealthy woman, I want you to move your body as you would think a sophisticated, wealthy woman would. If you are a woman who's super fit, super in shape, only eats healthy, while you're eating dinner, get in an alter ego of that woman and eat the way she would eat. Pick up your fork the way that she would pick up her fork. Get in this role play mode, and it will feel completely idiotic and funny in the beginning, especially to people around you. But you can have them play a game to be the person they want to be. But here's the trick. You are tricking your mind into becoming that person. Your mind doesn't know you're just playing a game unless you don't treat it real. But if you actually go into the world and walk a certain way and you're training yourself, this is the way the wealthy woman who has everything that I want walks, then you're going to start to become her. It's going to start to seep into your DNA. And then you'll start to look at things differently. Like, oh, if I want that big following, I'm going to take this action today because that's what someone with this following would do. If I want that relationship, I'm going to behave in this way because that's what someone with that kind of relationship would do. I hope this is making sense, but you can create this into a fun and magical game. But I want you to notice how the universe will start conspiring to give you what you want. And it happens quite quickly. It happens more quickly than if you just start a new habit, because you're stepping into this way of being, you're becoming this woman. And I don't know if it's helpful. I never thought of this until right now, but if it's helpful, name her. Like, oh, I'm becoming Samantha right now. Yes. I'm becoming Tiffany right now. Oh, this is how Tiffany acts. I don't know. Become your alter ego and see what kind of results that you get. But it's really, really important to look to see whatever your goals are, whatever you're striving for. Know within your heart of hearts, you can have it. You deserve it. And you can have it because you know what? I say this over and over again, and I believe it so deeply to my core. If there is one person who has what you want, what it is that you say you want, if there's one person who's achieved it, you can achieve it. The truth probably is even if there isn't anyone who's achieved it, you could be the first. But let's say that you can't get behind that. If you can see one person in the world have something that is in your heart that you want, then you can have it. It's possible. They've shown you it is possible to have. And so it's your job to go get it. So here's what I would love for you to do. Take a minute. And if you're listening to this in your car or on a walk, come back to this, but I have an assignment for you. I want you to take a minute and write down 5 things that this alter ego does that you want to incorporate in your life. And then start doing them and see how fast you start to get what you want in 2025 and way beyond. So I hope this conversation's really helpful. I am so committed you blow your own mind this year on what you can have and who you can become, and that the universe unfolds in a magical way for you and you become much bigger than who you know yourself to be. And I mean bigger energetically, not bigger physically, unless that's your thing. So you can have that too. But I want the universe to start unfolding in a magical way for you, and you get everything that you've ever dreamed of just because you dreamed of it and then you did the work. So if this was valuable for you, share it with your friends, give us a 5-star review and subscribe, and I'll be here giving you everything that I'm led to bring to you this year and beyond. And if there's any way I can support you this year, if you need a cheerleader, if you need someone to remove blocks and barriers, I'm your girl. Reach out, DM me, send me an email. I'm here to help. So have a magical day, and I look forward to being with you again soon. See ya.